Donovan McNabb, right? So if y'all haven't seen or haven't heard, Hugh Douglas responded to my comments about McNabb. And of course he said, because Asante gonna say what needs to be said, and I come with facts. I don't really tell lies and things like that. So he said, there is some truth in what Asante said, but Asante's job was to help Donovan become a better quarterback instead of running upstairs, in his opinion. You know what I mean? So he's basically saying some of the things I said was true, which we all know. My stories, I ain't really coming with no flack on it, but it wasn't really predicated towards McNabb. McNabb just so happened to be the quarterback and the person that was quarterbacking that team, So the story was really predicated towards Andy Reid. But with all that being said, Mr. Hugh Douglas, you know what I mean? I'm down for a good debate, brother. Listen, that's what this whole story is about. It was about me not being able to will myself into the people, into the organization the way I needed to. Because when I wanted to say things and I asked players about, what's up with McNabb and why we can't, and everybody would tell me, you got to back off that. You can't really attack him. Can't say too much. So that's what kind of led me up to have to go say something like that. Yes, that was the first thing I was trying to do. Help the situation. Help him be better. Help this team see what I seen with the greatest ever. I guess people didn't realize he was the greatest ever. You understand what I'm saying? No, that's why I said it was the first time and the only time I ever went upstairs and asked the coach to help reprimand a player, help discipline a player, help this player become more accurate, help this player, help us win that big game. What we want you to do, we want to win for the city. You know what I mean? And Hugh Douglas, he knows how I am. Everywhere I go, anywhere in the world, that's just my personality. I'm going to command my environment. You will hear me. It will be a big production, but it's for the better. I'm here to make everyone around us better. You know what I mean? I'm here. Right. I'm a leader, and then naturally. So that's why these type of stories come up, because I wanted to make everyone better. And you know what? On defense, Hugh Douglas, this, and thank God Brian Dawkins, shout out to the legend himself, Brian Dawkins. Thank God Brian Dawkins was an awesome guy and an awesome leader, and we didn't clash heads. Because like I said, I'm loud. I command my environment. And everybody played their role. He didn't have a problem. We didn't clash heads. But I still didn't understand why we couldn't reprimand the quarterback. Why every time I'm trying to say something to the offense or the offensive coordinators and the quarterback, they're telling me to calm down. And we all know Mr. Brett Veach, the good GM that Kansas City got right now, holding it down with Andy Reid and Rick Boakhalter. Rick Boakhalter. If y'all don't know Rick, the GM, sorry, not the GM. Brett Veach's GM. Rick Boakhalter, or whatever. I keep messing up that name. I'm just gonna say Rick.
Right. Rick, you know what you're talking about.
Yeah. So Rick, if y'all don't know, he is the trainer. Let me tell you. Let me explain y'all a little story. Rick is the trainer. He was a trainer for the Eagles, and he's the trainer now for Kansas City. That was my therapist. That was my therapist on the team. He knows everything that goes. He knows all the secrets. He knows how Andy feels. He knows everything. So I don't have to do all the extra meetings and play special teams and things like that. So I would go into the locker room, me and Shady and all us, and I would be talking to Rick, asking these questions, man. And everybody understood the type of player I was and the type of leader I was. And everybody would tell me the same story. So I got to understand. And Rick held me down, man, because he understood I couldn't understand this. But the defense, let me get back to that defense. Like I said, the one thing I did do and I was able to do, not saying that the defense was bad or anything like that, but I like to compete. I have to compete. And a lot of teams do this now, but I wasn't raised in the NFL like that. So when we're doing our defensive plays out there, the objective was the scout team offense to throw the ball kind of directly to us. And we didn't really have to compete to make the plays. We can't do this. I'm playing against Peyton Manning. I'm used to playing against Peyton Manning and Marvin Harris. We got them this week. And you talking about you just going to throw me the ball because you want to build my confidence? No, I need the guy in front of me to act like Marvin Harris and come try to whoop my ASS. Right. So those were some of the things, on the defensive side I was able to do. But on the offensive side, I'm just the new guy. I'm not trying to rub too many people wrong and things like that.